Iwo Jima was a 4-mile-long island of sulfuric volcanic rock squatting in the vastness of the North Pacific Ocean. The beauty of a dawning sunrise belied the ugly truth of what lay ahead. What made this place worth dying for? Iwo Jima was only 675 miles from Tokyo. That was close enough for fighter planes to give desperately needed protection to the giant B-29 bombers on their daily sorties over Japan. American forces had to have the island's 2 airfields, and on February 19, 1945, 60,000 Marines were sent ashore to get them. The Japanese had turned Iwo Jima into the most heavily fortified island in the world, a fact the Marines discovered as soon as they hit the beach.
The hail of fire was so heavy, it was incredible. I mean, bullets zipping by, the snap and pop as they break the sound barrier, the crunch of the artillery and so on. You're almost numb.
We know what happened on Iwo Jima, but we need to see it to best understand it. News photographers went ashore with the Marines and became our eyes, recording what happened on this dismal ground that grew so precious with the blood of the men who fought for it. Joe Rosenthal was among the best of the photographers.
The sounds, of course, and smells, and clouds of smoke, and shouts, screams, and calls for the corpsmen. You're intent on getting onto the island.
There were 5,000 fortified caves, bunkers, and pillboxes on Iwo Jima, 1,000 of them on Mount Suribachi. It was the 28th Marines' job to move up from the beach and capture this high ground.
Flamethrowers, shape charges, hand grenades, everything you could think of to seal. And the work was first to seal up the pillboxes and then seal up the caves.
On the 5th day of fighting, the Marines finally made it to the top, and the first American flag was planted on Suribachi. It was a small flag, perhaps 2 feet by 3, attached to a long water pipe.
They tied that to the pipe, rammed it into a crevice in the ground, and we piled rocks around it and stomped the rocks down and held it upright, and there was the flag, the first flag raising.
Later that morning, Joe Rosenthal reached the top of Suribachi and witnessed the raising of a second, larger flag, one big enough for all the Marines on the island to see with the naked eye. Rosenthal found himself in the right place at the right time and instantly took what is likely the most famous picture of World War II.
Now, I had time only for that one quick shot. I just hoped and prayed, that I got what I thought I saw in the finder.
What he got was a photograph that seemed to convey a message to the rest of the country. These are the men America sent to war, and this is the job they are being asked to do.
Every time I see the same picture, I look at it, I see D-Day with guys falling around with all the noise and the high-pierced calls for the corpsmen.
Marine Commander General Holland Smith once said that the battle for Iwo Jima was the costliest territory the United States Marine Corps ever had to win. The grim statistics bear him out. More than 6,800 Marines died on Iwo Jima. Another 18,000 were wounded. It took 36 days to secure Iwo Jima, and when it was done, Admiral Chester Nimitz spoke the words that still hang in the air today above this place of incredible courage and astonishing carnage. Nimitz said of Iwo Jima that it was a place where uncommon valor was a common virtue.
You think about those who didn't make it, who are still there, buried on the island, as a matter of fact. And I guess you also feel a little guilt because you made it and they didn't, and you wonder why you.
The picture that Joe Rosenthal took atop Mount Suribachi doesn't answer those kinds of questions, but with the click of his camera's shutter, in that heartbeat of a moment, he captured something that even 55 years after the war still lingers in this country's conscience, offering us perhaps some idea why it all had to happen. I'm George Watson for My 20th Century.